Good evening to you, everybody. Welcome to the Law of Insurance class, and this is the revision on the say of the students that I am dealing the thing, and see that what I posted on the screen. Can anybody unmute and read what I put on the screen? Yes. Can anybody will read what I put on the screen?
Good evening.
Could anyone read what I put on the screen? Please read what I put on the screen so that I could know that you are with me and I am with you. Both are traveling the same boat and reaching the destination.
Sir, good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening. Role of insurance in economic development. Professor Dr. Mohammed S. Hussain.
Yes, I appreciate. Can you tell me that what is it which I put on the screen?
Sir,
You
law.
can say pass on.
Pass on, sir.
Could you tell me that what I put on the screen? It is called gavel. G-A-V-E-L. It is called gavel. G-A-V-E-L. When that disturbance would be there in the court, the magistrate or judge take the hammer, that is gavel, and beat on the peg 3 times so that it is a sign of silence. Is it clear?
It's clear, sir.
Yes. Say the spelling.
Gravel, sir.
Say the spelling.
G-R-A-V-E-L-L.
G-A-V-E-L. Gavel. G-A-V-E-L. Gavel. Okay? Now let us go to the point. Role of insurance companies in economic development of India. Shall I proceed?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Is
sir.
there any doubt you would like to ask me?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay, because any disturbance would be there. No, I could not go in the beginning. Yes,
No,
yes.
sir.
Now you mute it. Yes. Role of insurance companies in economic development of India. How far the insurance company play a role in the economic development? I told you already that all the premium will be pulled out at one place, and all the people, those who paid the premium, those who are called the policy holders, it will not be happen any untoward incident to the each and everybody. Only the few are there, those who got injured or harmed because of the untoward incidents happen. For them only indemnified. The rest of the amount would be in the hands of the insurer. So what they do, these money they will give to the government, organization, industry for the investment, and sometimes they will buy the shares also, and they will increase the amount, and the GDP will be increased. And thus, there will be the economic development because of the insurance companies. Insurance companies will give the loan to both the central and the state government, and that amount will be rotated, and people get the employment, and the manufacturers will manufacture the goods that will be sold out. Then the essence of the business is to get the profit, and they will get the profit, and everybody will be happy. So let me see that what is the number one role played by the insurance company in the economic development of India. Number one, saving and insurance. Saving involves refraining from the present consumption. Whatever that you earn, you cannot consume it. You will keep it aside in the form of saving, either depositing in the bank or purchase the fixed deposits, or you invest it in the insurance so that you could lead your life comfortably without BP and sugar. The investment can take place only where there are savings. The relationship between the savings and investment and growth of GDP can be explained as G is equal to S by K, where G is rate of GDP growth, and S is the saving ratio, and K is the capital output ratio. So that way the GDP growth will be there. An insurance company led to the economic development of the mobilizing the savings and investing them into the productive activities. And Indian insurance companies are able to mobilize long-term savings to support economic growth and also facilitate economic development by providing the insurance cover at a large segment of our people as well as the business enterprise throughout India. So this is the first and foremost is saving and insurance. The second part is capital formation insurance. Yes, this capital formation insurance, whatever the highlighted up to that extent you read. Anyone can unmute and read.
Capital formation may be defined as increase in capital stock of the country consisting of plant, equipment, machinery, tools, buildings, means of transport, communication, etc. The process of capital formation envisages three essential steps.
Yes.
These
Yes, enough. Yes, this capital formation, it may be defined as increase in a capital stock of the country consisting of, here plant means manufacturing plant, not the biological plant. Equipments, machinery, tools, buildings, means of transport, communication, etc. The process of the capital formation says three essential steps. These are number one, real saving, that is A, mobilization of the saving through the financial and non-financial intermediaries to be placed at the disposal of the investor. Whatever the saving would be there, they will mobilize it because the pool of amount would be there, which is paid by the policy holder in the pool of the premium, and that amount will be they mobilize it. Number one. B, two, the act of investment. The contribution of the insurance companies in process of the capital formation appears all these stages. Insurance service act as a tool to mobilize savings, functions as a financial intermediaries, at the time also indulge a direct investment. Also, the government has made regulations under which every insurer carrying on business of life insurance shall invest 25% of the fund to the government securities. Any insurer, they want to insure the RDA rules are concerned, 25% funds you have to give to the government as a securities and not less than 15% infrastructure and social sector. These are the like a corpus fund. Whenever you want to run one educational institution, the university wants the corpus fund, which is in the name of the, I believe, the registrar or the RJD or government, it will be there, so that they do have the capacity to run the college. In the same manner, they have to deposit 25% government securities and 15% infrastructure they have to give to the government. That is a security point. The importance of the Indian insurance industry is gauged by the fact that annual amount of the investable funds of the LIC, GIC, its subsidiaries amount over the 20,000 crores, and 10 crores are invested in nation building activities, housing, and other infrastructural areas. So that is the way of the mobilization of the pooled amount by the insurer to the different organization to see that the money will be increased. Number C, third, increased employment. If you invest in the company will not only run with the machinery, but there will be somebody to operate the machinery, and some labor should be there, transportation should be there, sale is there, agents are there, and thus there will be a wide circle of the employment occurs over there. So prior to the remuneration of insurance sectors in India, the opportunity for employment were limited with the LIC of India and sole employer, while some of the professionals left the country looking for the opportunities elsewhere. Those who remained worked within the confines and constraints of the public sector monopoly. This is further constrained the opportunity for the exposure to the development rest of the world. So liberalization and globalization has emerged over there. Now the world is on the palm or in the palm, rather we can use in the preferable way. The liberalization and the globalization and opening up of the sector to the private players has now created a vast opportunity for the employment. Earlier, there were only the national insurance companies are there. But now there are mushroom growth of the private companies have emerged over there. Is it clear?
Yes, clear, sir.
So earlier only 6 or 7 would be there, nationalized companies. Now the figure reaches to a big figure, 24 or something, because I could not remember it, but the figure is very big. And that is the way there is a GDP will be increased, unemployment will be increased, money will be rotated, and that is the essence of a business doing. So number third, obligation to the rural and social sectors. In India, insurance companies are required to fulfill their obligations towards the rural and social sectors. So naturally, they will give the more lines to the rural people because that should be developed more. For this, life insurance are required to have the 5% to 7%, 10%, 12%, 15% of total policies in first 5 years. They will give in that way, respectively in the rural sectors. Likewise, general insurers are required to have 2%, 3%, 5% thereof total gross premium income return in the first 5 year, respectively in the rural sectors. Suppose if you want to keep the industry, the government will encourage you to open in the rural areas because in urban areas the space problem and pollution problem would be there. In the rural area, at least the rural people will get some employment over there, and industry will be widely spread, and more concentration and more pollution will not be at one place. And they will give the subsidies also. If any person opens in the so and so place, we will give the subsidy. For the imports also, we'll give the subsidy. They can bring the machinery from the other side. Even they can bring the employment from the other side. But the employment which will not be available over there, then you can take from the other countries. But the such employment will be available in India, then the indigenous local people will be observed. Number 4. Can anyone can unmute and read number 4 up to this extent?
Insurance as financial intermediary. Financial intermediaries perform the function of channelizing saving.
Yeah, there is some problem would be there because we could not hear your sound. Okay, give me the chance to read. Okay, I will read now. Financial intermediaries, those a person perform the functions and channelizing the saving into the domestic investment. They facilitate efficient location of the capital resources, which in turn improves the productivity and economic efficiency, which results in reduced capital output ratio. Especially the people, those who are in the commerce, they will know more better the terminology, output, productivity, and all those things. The insurance companies perform the extremely useful function in economy as a financial intermediaries. So they will act as a one of the player and they facilitate the money should be flown and invested in the construction work, industries, or any other thing where the employment would be made and the GDP will be increased. Number A, what do they say? Reduction in the transaction cost. So insurer help the reducing the transaction cost in economy by collecting the funds from the policyholders and investing the same in different projects scattered over the different regions. It is a specialized and time-consuming job. So whatever the amount which is collected by the insurance company from the policyholder in the form of the premium, they try to invest in some places where they get the output more. And thus they create the employment and they create the job opportunity for the many people, and the product will be imported, that exported, and all these things could be done because the money could not be in a piled up, it should be in rotation. Then creating the liability. What is that? What liability would be there? The policyholders, in case of loss, are not required to wait for a long period for the amount of the claim. It improves their liquidity. See, wherever they want to invest it, if one place they will lose, in other 2 or 3 places they will gain it. So whatever the loss would be there, it is a meager. Even the policyholder doesn't have any effect for that a meager loss. So that's why people take the mutual funds in different companies. They will invest it, and if one company shares are low, the other company shares are increased over there. So that loss will not be that much. It will be meager loss. It will be covered by the other companies where the share is increased. So C facilitates the economies of the scale in investment. So let us see that how it would be. Insurers are in the position of the financing large projects. Yes, railways, power projects, governments, investments, and the large projects create the economies of scale, facilitate the technological innovations and specialization, and thus promote the economy efficiency and productivity. Earlier, we are to harvest the paddy field. We used to take the casual labor to harvest the paddy field. But now there are machineries are there. It will cut it, it will thresh it, and the paddy will be filled in ready-made gunny bags, and they will put it aside. So the people, those who are doing, many people are doing many work now because of the industrialization. The motor is making, mechanism making, only one operator would be there, and it will cut as much as can in one day. Am I clear?
Yes, clear, sir.
Okay. Number 5, promotes the trade and commerce. Yes, because industries are there, manufacturing unit plants are there, employment will be created, and whatever the product will be there, it cannot be consumed by the only one state. It will be exported to the other state, even exported to the other countries also. The increase of the GDP is positively correlated to the growth of the trade and commerce in economy. Yes, whether it is a production of the goods and services, domestic or international trade, or ventures capital projects, insurance determines everywhere. Even banks demand insurance cover of the assets while granting the loans for the purpose of assets. Even when the banks demands the insurance coverage for the assets while granting the loans for the purchase of the assets. Thus, insurance covers, promotes specialization and flexibility in the economic system that play a contributory role in the healthy and smooth growth of the trade and commerce. So when the money is there, naturally, the money should not be at one place. It should be invested. Then there is an increase of the trade and commerce, and the exports would be there. GDP will be increased. Okay, number 6. Anyone can unmute, read what is the 6th, which I am highlighting here. Yes?
Facilitates efficient capital allocation. Insurance provides cover to large number of firms, enterprises, and business, and also deploy their funds in number of investment projects. The vast pool of knowledge and expertise so gained enable them to distinguish between the productive and high return projects. Therefore, they promote efficient and productive location of capital resources, which in turn lead to increased productivity and efficiency in the system.
Yes. See, whenever they are investing it, they will see that the product which are getting, it should be high demand, and the services which are rendering is also high demand. At that instance, a good profit will come because of their investment and allocation of the capital resources, which turn lead to the increased productivity and the efficiency in the system as well as in the services. So because of this, it facilitates the efficient capital allocation and the high production and high efficiency will be gained over there. Then the cost also reduced. The movement of the goods will be from one state to another state, from one country to another country it will move. And their good demand would be there, and we will get the foreign currency also. Number 7, encouraging financial stability and reducing anxiety. Let us see that how it would be. Insurer promotes the financial stability in economy by ensuring the risk and losses of individuals. Yes, if any person wants to make any business, if the business is very hazardous in nature, or there is a more probability that it will be burnt, or it will be ignited, or fire will engulf, in such a cases, they will make the fire insurance. At that instance, he will pay the premium, no doubt, depending upon the amount agreed. And the riders are more, the premium is more. And but they could lead the life in very peacefully, and everybody would be insured. For instance, if you take the hazardous industry, there is a group liability insurance policy is there. It is not only to the persons, those who got injured, even for the property also, which will be covered, and the place also, which will be covered, the subject matter also, which will be covered, and thus there will not be any problem to them, and they will not be on the roads once the fire engulfed the business. Suppose if it does not do so, that fellow would be on the roads. So because of the uninsured large losses, so everybody try to make the insurance. For instance, if you have the two-wheeler, better with the new vehicle is there, two-wheeler is there, you make a comprehensive insurance. So not only the first party, second party, third party, everyone gets it because it covers under 365-degree angle. It is both the property or both the person also. So firms may not be able to compensate it for leading to its insolvency. Suppose a company running it, if it is a threat of the insolvency would be there. If it is not insured, then the company total shares will be sold out. Even the land, building, infrastructure, still they cannot clear their debts. That's why they'll also make the insurance. So somewhat the risk will be shared by the insurer with the other companies. Suppose if the amount is very much big, then the reinsurance that the insurer will do it. Is it clear?
Yes, clear, sir.
Yes. Loss of employment is there, revenue is there, supplier there, government, lost product to consumers, and many things will come over there because instability would be there, one cannot see it. For instance, if you stagnant water, you could see your face. But if you throw a stone, the ripples will be formed. When the ripples will be formed, the waves will be comes out. At that instance, you could not see your face very clearly. The stability would be there. Then naturally that will be grown very nicely and good returns will comes. Moreover, it relieves the tensions and anxiety of individual by securing the loss of their lives and assets. If once you insured, bindas you can sleep. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
So that is the essence of it. So psychological plays are an important role also there. Suppose if you have taken the tablet somebody has given, and that tablet if you use it, no Omicron, no any other thing will come. If you believe in that faith and if you really consume it, no Omicron, not any other thing will be disturb you because the immunity system will be increased in you. If any foreign body would be there, it will attack it. So that is a very important factor. One should have to develop it. So the eighth one, can anyone unmute and read eighth one?
So reducing burden on government exchequer. Insurance companies, particular life insurance, provide a variety of insurance products covering the needs of children, women, and aged, etc. Under social security network, and thereby reduce the burden on government exchequer in providing these services. The government saves expenditure on these items, and the amount can be utilized for more productive projects. To conclude, we can say that insurance companies play an important role in economic development of country.
Yes. So now it is a less burden to the government exchequer because if no one pays, the government comes to the rescue. Like hit and run cases. Who will pay the amount for the injured?
Insurer, sir.
Hit and run cases. Nobody knows who hit him. But how do you claim it? Because when you know the vehicle, when you note down the vehicle, a lorry, whatever it may be, then only you know whether it is insured or not. But nobody has seen on a night it is hit and away, and the person who got the injury spot dead. Nobody knows which car, which vehicle, what. In such cases, who will pay the compensation to them? Because there is no complainant and there is no vehicle to be traced out. We don't know which vehicle would be there, whether it is insured or not insured. We also don't know.
Small
At
doubt, sir.
instance, yes.
Court
Any
orders
vehicle-
to
Sir,
give
any
the
vehicle is
person, sir.
missing, no address, sir. The insurance is liable to vehicle, sir.
No, nothing
ఒక
will be
వాహనం
known over
తప్పిపోయి
there. At that
Sir.
instance,
ఒక వాహనం
government will come to the rescue. Who will come to the rescue? Who will come to the rescue?
Who
ఇన్సూరెన్స్
got accident? Who got accident?
Insurance company whereabouts are not known, vehicle is not known, nobody has seen the vehicle, nobody has noted down the vehicle number, and nobody knows which vehicle it would be there. At that instance, the burden would be on the state exchequer. That means the government should have to pay some compensation to the victim through the collector, through the tehsildar. Is it not a burden on the exchequer of the state government? Answer is yes. Is it clear?
Yes, clear, sir.
Any doubt?
No, sir.
Suppose a riot took place. Riots, spelling? Riots,
Once repeat.
spelling?
Right, sir.
RIOTS. RIOTS. When the Indira Gandhi was assassinated, there were the riots. 6 people were killed, and their property was looted. The property was damaged.
Blue Star, sir. Sona Temple, Punjab.
At that instance, the state will come to the rescue of the victims. Means it's a burden on the state exchequer. Of course, for state rescuing, central also pay the amount. Am I clear to you?
Yes, sir.
That means reducing the burden on the government exchequer means if any vehicle would be insured over there, if it is known that vehicle is insured by the so-and-so insurance company, at that instance, the victim will file a case against the insurance company. If the insurance company will not be traced out, like a hit and run cases, then the burden will be shifted on the
Government.
government. That is the point which I want to make it out. So the insurance companies are reducing the burden of the government. Is it or not?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. The insurance companies, particularly life insurers, provide a variety of the insurance products covering the needs of children, women, aged, etc. under social security network, and thereby reduce the burden on the government exchequer in providing these services. This government saves the expenditure on these items, and amount can be utilized for more productive projects. Suppose if all the government money will be given to the patakalu, are you following me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Then what would be the development activity a government could do? I am not against anyone. There is a open comment would be there. Unemployment, some allowances. Youth, freely some allowances. Widows, some allowances. Widower, some allowances. Those who are having the land, some allowances. Those who are having the 2 trees, some allowances. Is there? Pathkam is there.
Yes, sir.
If you have the four plants in your house, you will be given this much amount. Yes.
Yes, sir.
If you have the 2 trees in your house, whether the government will give the money to you.
No, sir.
So, by all this means, if the government giving money to them, they will become the parasites. They don't work. Are you following me?
Yes,
If you are
sir.
giving such a subsidy, better you create the employment. You invest in the productive activity. You invest in the industries. That many people will get the employment. So don't give sell the machine. You show the technique of making the machine. Technology you show them. Don't give the machine totally. So the government saves the expenditure because they can utilize that amount for the productive purposes, and many people will get the employment and much thing will be done. So the good thing is there. If any country which spends money for the education, and there is a brilliant people will come out, and these people make how to increase the GDP and compete with the other countries, those who are set to be the advanced countries, and how it could be done. So that way they can make it out, and they can come out, they do the good things, and it is create the miracle. For instance, you take Canada, GDP is very high. Everybody works over there. The government will take care of everybody, and you have to pay that whatever the amount you are earning in the form of the tax, and they will take there is a good amount will be spent for the sake of the public. So that one you should have to make it out. And they are, because everybody is highly educated there. And that's why less amount that you could be. I don't know whether you heard or not. The central government has sold BHEL. You know BHEL?
Bharat Heavy
Bharat
Electronics.
Heavy Electricals.
In Kerala. But the Kerala government took it and they are running the BHEL. And there are a lot of employment would be there, and created the employment and doing the things. And another company also that I saw it, but I did not remember. It is also took up. The central government sold it, but these people have purchased it and they are running it. So companies should have to not sold out. It should be run so that a good profit will be there and good employment will be created over there. So to conclude, we can say that insurance companies play an important role in economic development of the country. So how many points? Number one, reducing the burden of the government checker. Another is encouraging the financial stability and reducing the anxiety of the people, and facilitate the efficient capital allocation. Then promote the trade and commerce development would be there. Then we can say insurance as a financial intermediaries. Then we'll come across the obligation to the rural and social sectors. Then we'll come in capital formation insurance and saving and insurances. In other countries, suppose if you are an engineer, 1 year to 2 years or 3 years you have to do the national service. Then only your certificate will be given to you. Are you following me what I said?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
National service scheme. You have to do it. Of course, they will give you food, they will give you shelter, they will give you everything, but you have to work over there for the 1 to 2, 3 years. Any field, doesn't matter. So that is the thing that they have to develop it, and that is the way that we have to make it, because they spend a lot of amount for your expenditure for their study. Hence, you have to give the contribution to the government in the form of by your labor. So that is the thing which will be there. Suppose if a company spent you your study for the further studies in a foreign country, and they spent the everything from their company, because you will come back and serve the company, and there is a bond. You cannot break the bond when they spend the amount to you. After 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. After 5 years, it is your wish and will whether you want to stay with that company, whether you want to go with that company. So that was the thing which will be there, where one can say. So with this of today's topic, which is given to me by Sampasala Varadaraju sir, and I believe that he is very much present because I saw his name. Are you present, Sampasala? Because I saw him, but later I don't know whether he is there or not, because yes, yes, he is there. So let us see what I am going to teach tomorrow. You can send me the WhatsApp so that our class would be continued. But let me know that when your examinations are there, even the data has not come, I believe. Is it?
Sir?
No,
Date
sir.
of examination has come out.
I no idea, sir.
Did I ask such a tough question? Sir, you don't know. Huh? Sir, we don't know, sir, because sometimes Omicron, sometimes lockout, sometimes extension of the holidays. So, but I came to know that classes are going on over there on online, but from the first onwards, the physical classes will be conducted. So, why I am giving all those things is, if anybody is interested to listen my lecture, which is scheduled to be on Saturday, I am sharing the link with you in the Law of Insurance link. You can join with me and you can participate. And here, the topic is, what is the topic? I already shared you. I don't know why you are not giving that.
Yes, sir.
The topic
Protection of
differs.
child rights. Sir, protection of child rights.
Yes, that is the protection of the child rights and issues and challenges. Issues and challenges.
Challenges.
That is the thing which I made it. See, this is the total. Yeah, it is. Let me close this one. Yeah. Why it is not accepting? I don't know. Right click, you should accept it. To yeah. Now it is. So this is the way that we can make it out. Then law of insurance, LA law is buffering.
Good evening, sir. Namaste, sir.
Yeah, namaste, sir. Namaste, sir.
Sir,
Just now you joined or
Today
you
you
want to
have
ask
not
something?
given link. That's why we joined lately, sir. Madam,
Now
Satyarani
at
madam.
the closing
Ah,
time you are saying namaste means why you are
yes.
saying namaste now? I was
No,
in
no.
that impression.
No, I
Sir,
joined on
link is not
7:40.
perfect, sir.
Yes.
This is too
At
late, sir.
7:20, I joined, sir. But
Okay,
unfortunately,
no
I have
matter, no matter,
got
no. Late
any
is better than
link.
never. Late is better than never. Anyway, that I will, what I say, I will post it the link. If anybody wants to join on Saturday, you can join it. With this, I would like to close down my today's lecture and meet you tomorrow at the same timings. And have a good day and end of the meeting. And